Alright, what's going on, guys? It's Luke here. This is how I'm going to be trading the week of March 16th to the 20th, 2026. We're going to run through all the levels I have marked out on my charts and everything like that. Tell you guys how I'm approaching every single day, day by day. And yeah, show you guys my NQ, my ES charts, and we'll get right into this. Hope you guys are liking this new banner Alpha sent over. I'm kind of admiring it. It looks pretty sick. Hope you guys like that too. So we're going to start from the higher time frame, kind of work our way down. And yeah, basically we'll start with NQ, we'll go over to ES, and then we'll go through the news. Not too much to go over this week. So starting on the weekly, really nothing much on the monthly. The monthly is obviously in bullish order flow. We have this monthly gap down here. There's really nothing much to go over on the monthly. Going over to the weekly now. How did the weekly candle close? It closed indecisive once again, as we can see, a weak body close, a weak like small body close with just wicks both ways, which means like price action has been very inconsistent, or not consistently trending one way. But what we do see is we are getting these sharp moves to the downside. We're getting some recovery. We've just been ranging. But what did we do here? We ended up sweeping out some higher time frame lows. We ended up sweeping out these weekly lows. These are the Monday, November 17th weekly lows. NQ actually never swept them out. We have a bit of an interesting scenario going on though, but you can still see that the weekly overall is ranging. It hasn't really done anything. It hasn't broken out of this consolidation until we start breaking out below here like this. Then we really can't. We're still stuck in this consolidation. So going over to the daily, we can see that the daily now is starting to actually shift bearish. Remember, we had that bearish S&T off the highs. I think it was it these highs? Yeah, these highs or whatever, and then we had another one in here. And as you can see, price just has been actually pushing down. We had that initial dump. We pushed up on Monday after that. Then Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, we've had a consistent drop to the downside. And obviously Friday, very bearish close, kind of putting in like a CISD here on the daily. So it does look like the daily has actually properly shifted bearish. We did get this strong bearish close. And that's the same thing, ES and NQ, same thing, strong bearish close, like a CISD. And yeah, we can actually see now like the daily is closing bearish and it's actually pushing bearish, but we don't know exactly what's going to go on into the start of the week. So I'll show you guys what I have marked out on my charts. Basically what I have marked out in terms of the weekly, previous week's high right here, previous week's low, which actually left pretty much equal lows. I'll get into that in a sec though. And then we have this weekly low over here, but going down to the daily, I just marked out this daily high just above previous week's high just because they're super close to each other. And then as you can see, we had this daily low right here from Friday, September 5th. And you can see it's pretty much exactly equal with the previous week's low. So this is going to be a strong draw on liquidity in my opinion. So again, for draws, what I have marked out, I have this weekly low right here, previous week's low, which made this equal low pretty much with this daily low. We have this daily fair value gap that got put in right here. And then I have previous week's high and then this daily high. Looking over at ES, pretty much the same scenario, right? We could see that the weekly did close a little bit more with a bearish body compared to NQ. But as you can see, we failed to take out those November 17th lows. You could see that, again, NQ took them out. ES never did, but what did ES do? It pretty much created relative equal lows with that low. So we could see here going into our higher time frame, what do we have? We have this weekly low. We have the previous week's low, which made pretty much like relative equal lows with that weekly low that NQ swept. So we do have that kind of bullish S&T. It's not really a thing, like it's not really important though right now. We have this previous week's high, we have the daily high up here, and then we have this daily fair value gap. But as you can see, the daily is looking bearish. We're actually shifting down. We're actually getting a close below bodies. As you can see, same thing right here. We actually got a close below bodies. Like it's actually looking pretty bearish now compared to this choppy like range that we've been having. So that's one good sign to see that we are getting some potential direction. Now, what am I looking for? My main target this week is obviously going to be previous week's low, because why? We have higher time frame equal lows, relative equal lows right here. So I'm favoring for price to want to come down and take this out. So an ideal scenario would be we get continuations lower, we take out this previous week's low and this daily equal low, whatever, and we kind of use this as our condition, and we kind of reassess after that is taken out. So if price comes down and continues to displace towards here, this is going to be my draw on liquidity, right? And from here, this is kind of like the condition, like I was saying. This can be an area that potentially sends price right back into the range, continues price back up to this daily fair value gap. It could easily do that. Or we could come down, displace past it, and then continue down to that weekly low, which would be our next major sell side draw on liquidity. So in my opinion, this previous week's low and this daily equal low, like this key area right here, is going to be very important to us, because this could easily be an area where we sweep and reverse, or we push past it and we continue lower. Because if we do get continuing lower, we could run through a lot more sell side before we run up. And if you really think about it, we are generating a lot of buy side. So we are, like, we know that the NASDAQ moves up over time, but we need to probably run through some sell side before making that move up, and then we're going to run through this buy side. It's just always what happens. You can see it happen all the time. So what I'm really watching is for bearish scenarios, okay? My ideal scenario this week, we continue lower, we look for continuation shorts potentially towards this these equal lows right here, okay? If we get some type of short towards that, that would be perfect. If it happens early in the week and we miss it, it is what it is. From there, I'm really going to be watching, seeing if this is an area where price does want to reverse from, or if we want to continue to displace past it. And then next, we'd be seeking out these weekly lows, okay? At least these weekly lows, and then potentially if we displace past that, we're looking for the continued sell side. Now, what happens if the market opens up and it just, wants to hold bullish, right? Because you never know in this market. We could just want to continue back bullish. Well, I'd be watching this daily fair value gap. There's really not too much going on in the 4 hour, but I'd be watching this daily fair value gap, okay? If price wants to, break back bullish, start of the week wants to be bullish, then I'm watching here. This would be our first major buy side draw. So we could use this as a condition. Price comes into it and we respect it, lower. Price comes up, inverses it. What are we doing? We're looking for relative equal highs higher. Very simple. This is exactly how I plan out my higher time frame analysis every single week. So that's pretty much it, guys. I'm going to run through it really quick. Bearish scenario number one, we see displacement lower. Our main sell side target is going to be these equal lows right here. If we get continuations down there, perfect. If we displace past it, we're looking for this next draw, which is the weekly low. If we come down, boom, could be a potential reversal area. So this main idea, what I'm trying to say here, these equal lows are my main sell side target that I'm most concerned about this week, and it's going to be in a key area to watch because it could serve as a reversal area to push price back up. Or if we run past it and we continue to show bearish order flow, then I'm seeking out the next highest time frame draw, which is that weekly low right there. Compared to if price opens up bullish, I'm going to be looking at this daily fair value gap. Why? Because it's our next major draw. We have a 4 hour resting right there. It's major draw on liquidity, right, for the buy side. So if price comes into this daily gap, continues to respect it, I could seek lower. But if we inverse it, we continue to displace past it. What am I doing? I'm looking for these relative equal highs, previous week's high, and this daily high. So this is the range we're working with right now. When you have kind of ranging price action like this is all you're looking for. You're looking for displacement towards one draw, and then seeing if we want to displace past it and continue to the next, or serve as a reversal area. So this is my main draw, these equal lows right here. Again, the good thing is ES also has equal lows right here. So I'm hoping that both will flush lower and kind of give us an easy read on the week, but we'll see what happens. This is all I have marked out. Again, guys, really simple chart. And yeah, we'll get into the news really quick. So this is FOMC week, so it should be a solid week in my opinion. We'll see how price action is though. Starting off on Monday, all we have is 830 Empire State Manufacturing Index, which is just some old orange folder news, so it's really not a big deal. I will be trading Monday at market open, but I will be de-risking slightly just because Wednesday is FOMC, and the no news days before FOMC usually aren't the greatest, but I'll be trading, just not risking heavy. Same thing with Tuesday, orange folder news, pending home sales. This actually does bring in some good volatility usually, but again, day before FOMC, I'll be trading just slightly de-risking, like not full, like crazy de-risk, but I will be, sizing down slightly, just saving some capital for the rest of the week. Going over to Wednesday, we have the heaviest news day of the week. We have PPI at 8:30, and then we have 2 p.m. we have FOMC, and then the press conference at 2:30. So basically, hopefully we get a good data wick to trade towards with PPI at 8:30. Going over to the AM session, I'll be trading normally at market open, but trying to get out as fast as possible because the longer the AM session goes down towards 11 a.m., the volume really starts to die down. So most of the moves are made earlier in the session, I find. So I'm going to try to be out as fast as possible, hopefully. But this will be a normal trading day at market open for me. I don't touch the PM on FOMC. Well, I never trade PM really unless it's eval, but trying to get in and out as fast as possible on Wednesday, and should be a solid day in my opinion, especially with PPI before as well. Thursday, unemployment claims, and then new home sales at 10. But this will be a normal trade day at market open. These are my favorite types of days to trade. Coming into market open, just trading normally. We don't have to worry about anything else. New home sales really doesn't do much. It's just an orange folder event, but still something to watch out for on the if you're still trading at 10 for the 4 hour candle open. And then Friday's no news. So this will be a normal trading day to end off the week. So that's it for me, guys. Pretty simple week. Leaning more bearish as of right now, because we have equal lows on NQ and ES, but we'll see. You never know what this market's going to do, but these are my main draws, and that's what I'm approaching every single day. So that's it from you guys. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. Until the next one, give me a like, subscribe, comment in the video, check out all the links in the pinned comment description, and I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Peace.